Hello everyone, my name's Matthew Krim, and this is my good friend and long-term student Ryan. I just want to talk to you a little bit about Wing Chun 101 today. Hopefully people can take something from this to change Wing Chun from, you see online a lot of it's a high-tech patty cake game, and we need to apply some internal mechanics to the body to make it have the power so that you can understand how to generate the power that the system is trying to do, okay? So first things first, we need to talk about some, the matrix in which Wing Chun is viewing the art, and the Wing Chun practitioner is viewing the opponent, or more likely your training partner, because hopefully you're not fighting every day of your life. So I'm just going to grab a pole here, and we'll have Ryan assume the mother stance, the Yiji Kim Yang Ma. Yes. Okay. So first things first, the principle about the stance says form a pyramid through the body down here, and put the center of gravity and weight in the center. So it's all about dropping your weight into your legs, and this can be a physical thing, but eventually it becomes more of just an energetic thing. But you have to learn how to have the legs to be supple and bouncy. They need to have a springy energy, but yet also rooted to the ground when need be. So that's all about sinking, physically and later just energetically. But the first thing you're doing is you want to contain the chest. So you don't want this kind of like bulging out thing, right? And you also don't want this concave thing. So in the form, you make it upright, okay? And we divide the body down the center here, okay? In effect, Ryan is making a left side of the body and a right side of the body. He's dividing down the center, okay? And this is to get him to understand the difference between the left and right side of the body. And then we divide his left side of his body in half again, down what's commonly referred to as the nipple line, right? And do so on the other. So we're using the number 3 here. One line in the center, another line off to the side, and another line off to the side. In effect, left side body, right side body, and then divide those again into inside left body, outside left body, inside right body, outside right body. We're not worried about beyond that point, right? So then we want to divide from the center of gravity point down, okay? The first gate in the body, right? And again, we're going to use this number 3. The lower body, 1, right? Upper body is another one. From about this point up, this is 2. And then the center, okay? So 1, 2, 3, or however you want to count it. Generally, we count it from the bottom up, because the first door has to be passed through before you understand how the center door works, and then the top door. Okay, center door is very confusing because the spine and the rib cage moves around a lot more mobile and flexible than the arms and legs. Okay, break your stance. Yeah. Okay, so if we can do a side view of the same stance, he's going to sink. Yep, and then relax the tailbone. Okay, and as a teacher, we come by and we say, okay, we need to sag here a little bit more and pull the head up a little bit more. So we have this slightly what's looked at as like a leaning back stance, but actually what this is doing is letting the body weight go down and then spill forward to make a solid pyramid down beneath, right? So this is a way in which we're taking the body weight, okay, if you face me please. This is a way that when the arm is outreached and we bridge to an opponent, I don't want to just use the arm force to do so. Of course, I can use a centripetal movement in the body to create a round force, right, that causes that penetrating force to go forward and round. But really what I want to do is I want to take my stance, let my body weight sink, and project into the opponent, right? So rather than pushing with my top of my body, which he can turn easily and I'm off balance, right? Rather than doing so, I let the body weight sink and then let the legs sag into the opponent so that I have this force onto him, and that when he goes to turn this force away, I'm still very much in control of my body, right? So this has to do with when he does the Yiji Kim Young Ma, it's about the body weight going down, divide the body in half, and then relax the tailbone so that you get what looks like a leaning back stance, but it's actually not leaning back. It's what I tell my students is an educated slouch, right? You're slacking the weight into your opponent, but downstairs, because this is the heavy part of the body, and you want to keep that rooted into the ground, okay? So what this is going to do is it's going to give us the ability to use force that comes from the ground up and thrust through the body physically as a spring, and then later smaller just energetically, or I can turn left body and right body and get that side-to-side force going, right? And let me show you what that's going to look like, okay? So when force from the opponent comes in, I can use an upward force through the stance, right? I don't want to do it up here in my body, again, because he can turn, and I'm clearly spilling the center of gravity out. That's not good, okay? So when the force comes forward, I want to use an upward force through my body to drive him off. That's one choice, right? Also, I can use the left body, right body glancing technique as the force comes in, and I can turn my body to create the sidewards force, right? And of course, we could do that to the inside of the body here, this way here, and I can turn, and I want my legs to be slack into my opponent. Or I can do the same thing when the force comes forward. I can do up and at the angle. So I can use that centripetal force and up through what's called the thrusting vessel, right? So basically what we're getting to here is that when someone forces on you, the natural animal instinct is to force back, okay? But we're looking to educate that a little bit. When the force comes in, I'm looking to go down into my legs, right? I take his force and I put it down into my legs. And I take my force and I put it down into my legs, and then I can uproot him pretty easily. Of course, he's being passive here. Today's talk is not about what to do against a combative opponent. These are just mechanics that need to be built into your framework and your mindset, so that when you attach to the opponent, you have the weight downstairs and the mobility of side to side and the ability to sink, right? Swallow force, spit force, and turn force from side to side and move it to the shoulder line, right? So that's what this is all about, right? The force comes in, I can take it downstairs. He starts to spill forward a little bit. I can take it to the side, right? Or I can take it up through my body this way here, without giving forward force, right? Without giving my body away to my own forward force. So it's all about staying rooted. So the stance, once again, the Yichi Kimima, it looks fairly simplistic, but it's actually very difficult to perform and perform correctly. When you do so, please divide the body down the center, and then again on either side, and again, lower gate, middle gate, and upper gate, okay? So that way you can understand each part of the body. And one of the major reasons we do this here, if you face me again, please, Ryan, is if I look at this framework naturally, okay, with time this becomes very organic. You'll go through a phase where this is mechanical, and with time it just becomes very organic. But right now, as we're learning, it's just mechanical. It's fine. So basically what it means is that any attack to this side of my body is coming in this gate, right? Middle line, top line, right? Vertical and horizontal lines makes this little box up here. So when I see his body moving in that direction, I can guard that side very easily, okay? So for demonstration purposes, we'll go here, right? Of course, in combat, we go here, right? Very much so. So in Wing Chun, I'm protecting this box, or of course, this box here, this way here, right? Or this box down here, this way here, okay? And so I'm protecting these boxes. Basically what it means is, if he wants to attack me, right? He can do whatever he wants to anyone else, not my job. If he wants to attack me, he's got to come in here, 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 or in the center. And what Wing Chun talks about is the center is it's a sweet spot, right? Because this is easy for him to see, right? This is much tougher, right? So we attack both out of the center line and we protect out of the center line. For instance, if I have that hook to the upper gate here, this is my upper left gate, I don't want to block this way, right? I don't want to go from that box out. I want to go from my center line to that box. And if I stick to him properly and I have my stance even somewhat properly, it's going to take his power and dump it back down and cause any energy in his body to feel like it's being forced back on him. Theory is one thing and application is another. Today's all about theory. So keep in mind 6 gates through the body. This corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 3 tiers, 1, 2, and 3. Make the top float and rise up. Make the center soft and movable so it can move around, right? And make the bottom heavy, but not too heavy. You still want to have that springy ability, right? And through all these things, what we're going to look at is when force comes into the body, right? And I just, yep, pa, pa, pa. Force comes into the body, like so, yeah? Basically, the big point is if he's coming in, here's the danger zone right here, okay? I want to be anywhere but there, anywhere but there. And so instead of move and hit, which is fine, that works great, that works plenty. But Wing Chun's seeking to do something else, which is touch, overpower the opponent, and then strike in if possible, yeah? The idea is to touch and extend your body weight into him, causing him to lose his root a little bit, yeah? Or if his force is into me, then I take it from him, right? Okay, so push, pull, left, right, up and down. That's the matrix in Wing Chun. Try to use this knowledge and analyze your own body in this way. Find out more about your anatomy. Find out more about how your body moves through space. With Kung Fu, the more you know about how your body moves, the superior your self-defense techniques will become. Because when it comes down to it, what all this matrix is doing is you're getting to understand the biodynamics of your body, the kinetics of how your body moves through space, the proprioception of your body, your awareness of your body in space, your body's own awareness in space. And the more you do this, the better your blocking and striking techniques will be. Think of it as a technology applied to a tool, okay? Thanks.